Snipers, you have to see what's happening with the Bitcoin price right now as we are selling off. Look at the order books. This is an up-to-date image of the current order books for Bitcoin. Just notice how most of the volume comes in at 25,000 US dollars, but we have very thin sell pressure. Why are we seeing Bitcoin sell off? Well, there is a very strong narrative attached to this that I want to describe to each and every one of you tuned into the channel. It has to do with Luna and UST, but it's not about Luna or UST. It's about the $3 billion worth of Bitcoin in their reserves that they loaned out to professional market makers who understand these order books a lot better than we do. And so the reason we're seeing thin volume right now is probably because they have not sold off all the Bitcoin just yet. They're not just going to disperse of all of it into the market. They're going to wait for more volume to come in. They're going to monitor the order books. They understand this more than us, the algorithms that they use. And so there's a narrative right now that until the UST stablecoin can get pegged back to the dollar, they're going to do anything they can to get UST back to $1. And right now it's not looking so well. Luna is at 50 cents. It went from a $40 billion market cap down to a $300 million market cap. I mean, this is called Ponzi-nomics at its finest. And so this is a strong narrative, and we know fundamentals are just important as technicals. I always preach this on the channel. Technicals are 10%, fundamentals are 10%, and then 80% is psychology. And so look at how the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart is reacting to this. It is now flipped into a bearish puzzle piece, breaching the monthly open at 72,000 Satoshis. We can change that red. Bitcoin dominance moving up is now a bearish puzzle piece. And unfortunately, we didn't have any bearishness in the cryptocurrency market. Everything was outside of the cryptocurrency market, hence why Bitcoin was able to hold 30,000 so strong. But now we have a bearish narrative that is very strong within the market, and now it's turning all of the puzzle pieces away from the bullish narratives. And now people are focused in on, well, what are these market makers doing with this $3 billion worth of Bitcoin? Nobody knows what they're doing with it. The Luna Foundation is not telling us what they're doing with it. And so we know they loaned it out to professional market makers, and we know they're going to do whatever it takes to get UST stable. And so as I mentioned in our video yesterday and over the last few days, we have to practice caution right now until we get this UST situation resolved, whether that takes Luna going to zero for that to be the case, or whether UST does get restabilized at $1. Either one of those cases could be on the table. It's not about UST or Luna right now. It's about Bitcoin and the $3 billion that they bought from over-the-counter exchanges outside of the order books and are now deploying onto the order books. $3 billion worth. That's more than Tesla has on their balance sheet. So that's what the narrative is. That's what we're seeing play out in the market right now. And we can't expect it to stop until we can solve this narrative. And so let's practice caution, snipers. Unfortunately, we now have these as bearish puzzle pieces. And so that does turn all of the puzzle pieces into bearish puzzle pieces right now. And so unfortunately, that is the case. There's now bearishness in the cryptocurrency market. What I will say is for Bitcoin, we know there's a lot of volume here at 25,000. So if we come down to 24,788 to 23,795, maybe we even expect the wick down below 20,000. All of those are on the table until this narrative can get solved. But as I've been saying, do not take leveraged long positions inside of this range. Only dollar cost average long-term spot positions because, okay, Bitcoin down 6%. That's not a big deal for a long-term spot position. But on leverage, that could be a big deal. Equity markets are still dry. Not much to talk about there. And then outside of that, I think that is all I want to cover. I will be monitoring this situation with UST on the Discord with you guys as I have been. So for those not in our Discord, discord.gg/profits. I'd love to see some of you there and we'll see what happens here. I mean, it's very interesting. This narrative is very strong. And so I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, but fundamentals are very important. And this is new fundamentals that are just now coming on the table. And so we have to address it. And with that, thank you all snipers for tuning in to our midnight update. This is like a 1 a.m. after midnight update. Smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm if you support this content, and I will see you all next time. Snipers.